Hello, my name is Superman for Life. I'm here with Dr. Honcho, Sinful Moon, and Madam Blue. Madam Blue, we're about to do your interview. Before we start, can you throw up your macros for me so I can verify everything? All right, perfect, perfect. So I'm gonna read the HP rules, and Dr. Honcho's gonna read the MD and RP rules for you, and then we're gonna ask you 10 questions. We're just asking you these to see how you fit into the faction and what you can bring to the medical alliance field. So I'm gonna start with the rules. HP rules: do not resuscitate patients on any streets surrounding the hospital or army base. Do not stand or sit on the main lobby floor. Do not go AFK while on duty. 3-day ban, demotion, and all funds returned. Only 2 staff members may be at each desk in rank order. Up to 3 may line up down the hall, also in rank order, which would be green, white, blue, maroon, and brown. If your medication wait time is over 5 minutes, go on EMS or delivery runs. If the wait is under 5 minutes, wait in the cafeteria. Do not use the front door. Only rank 6 and higher may enter through the front, and only rank 7 and higher may use the front parking lot. Do not spawn that bus. I may repeat, do not spawn that bus. Must have DCP, which is Deputy Chief Facility, or CP, which is the Chief Facility permission. Excuse me. Radio checks are mandatory. Put a 10-4 copy in there when you see radio checks uh, are like on the screen. And then Dr. Honcho is going to read the rest of the rules for you.
Yes, and the last rule as well is do not stand on that back bush. Even though the gang members stand back there, we are not allowed to stand there. Try to make sure that back area stays clear. Now I'm going to go over the MD rules, starting with MD1. Refusal to provide medical assistance. Refusal to provide medical assistance, including performing CPR or giving meds without justified RP reason, as long as there is no threat to medic's life, including situations when armed players are present at the scene. Punishment: one reprimand from faction leadership. MD2, providing medical aid during dangerous situations, selling medication or resuscitating players in situations that threatens the life or health of both medic and the player, including but not limited to during escalating conflict, an active shootout, a turf war, etc. Punishment: one warning from faction leadership. MD3, compliance with non-compliance with project rules. Medical personnel are required to comply with all established project rules. Punishment: from one warning to one reprimand from faction leadership. MD4, improper role play behavior. Failure to adhere to RP rules when interacting with players while providing medical assistance or communicating with faction colleagues. Punishment: one warning from the faction leadership. MD 4.1, disrespectful behavior. Disrespectful behavior towards any player. Punishment: one reprimand or dismissal at the discretion of the faction leadership. MD 4.2, non compliance with orders. Failures to comply with leadership orders or to observe the chain of command within the faction. Punishment: one warning from the faction leadership. One reprimand from the faction leadership. I'm sorry. MD 4.3, assault on civilians. Assaulting civilians with a taser, weapon, fist without RP reason. Punishment: dismissal from faction. MD5, use of weapons. Medical personnel are strictly forbidden from using any weapons. Punishment: dismissal from faction. MD6, criminal activity. Intentionally associating with gangs, committing major crimes, including but not limited to theft, vandalism, or murder, or joining factions during activities where medic participation is not intended. Punishment: dismissal from faction. MD7, use of service vehicles for personal purposes. using official medical transportation for personal travel when not on duty, including for citizen jobs. Punishment one, warning from faction leadership. MD 7.1, use of personal vehicles instead of service vehicles to perform faction duties. Punishment one, warning from faction leadership. MD 8, unauthorized insurance of recovery notes, issuing medical certificates outside of hospital, issuing medical certificates for monetary compensation. Punishment one, warning from faction leadership. Warning is a verbal discussion of the situation. I'm sorry. Warning is a verbal discussion of the situation initiated by the faction leadership with the player who committed the misdemeanor. Reprimand is a punishment issued by the faction leadership that is recorded in the employee's personnel file. After three reprimands, the employee will be automatically fired. Now I'm gonna go through RP 13 through RP 16, which is RP 13, NRP faction actions, violating RP conduct within a faction, including the unwanted release of players from jail, punishment, dismissal from faction, and slash or from 30 minutes in jail up to a 3-day ban. RP 14, sexual harassment, any form of sexual actions, including simulation and explicit dialogue or actions, the use of ethnic or LGBTQIA plus slurs, stalking other players, or uh, exercising, no, or hold on one second, or exclusive verbal detail and descriptions with sexual undertones. All sexual actions between players must be performed with the prior consent of all participating individuals. Even with the prior consent, such role play actions must not take place in the public areas or areas frequently visited by other players, including but not limited to jail, hospital, job zones, parking lots, etc. Punishment of 60-minute mute of voice and text chat and or account ban ranging from 24 hours to 30 days. RP 15, provocation of faction members, intentionally provoking members of any faction for my mouth's so dry, I'm sorry. Intentionally provoking members of any faction for entertainment with the intent to disrupt the faction operations. Punishment 30 minutes in jail. RP 16, criminal acts against emergency personnel. Any criminal acts committed against emergency medical personnel. Punishment from 90 minutes in jail to a 12-hour ban. That's your RP 13 through RP 16.
Do you have any questions on any of those that we read to you? All right. I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Just let me know a couple answers to them. So, why did you want to join the medical faction?
Because I love helping people.
Okay, good answer, good answer. What would you think are the most important qualities of a medical professional?
To be able to remain calm in any situation given.
I like that answer. And then, how do you handle high stress situations during a medical emergencies?
I stop and evaluate the situation and carry it how it's supposed to be carried.
All right, I like that. That was a really, really good one. What steps would you take if you witness a faction member breaking the rules?
I seek a higher rank and let them know what's going on.
Okay, yeah, and then just make sure you have your body cam on so you can record and report it. There is a section in the Discord that says record and report. Just make sure you put it in there, and then you could also let a higher rank know, like, hey, I put it in the record report. Can you go ahead and look at it, and then they can make a decision from there.
Okay.
Yeah, and then another one is, I guess, explain how you would probably role play a medical emergency. Like, what would you do on that one?
I would first use my macros before doing anything else.
Okay, yeah, so you use your macros and then just role play it out, like give them the med kit if they need it, right then and there, only to that one person, like we kind of explained on your CPR training and all that.
Yes.
And then, do you know why it's important to follow the chain of command?
Yes, it's important because without a chain of command, there's no.
Yeah, so the chain of command would be like you were rank 0, then you would go to the white, then the blue, and then you have the maroon, and then you also, like for Sinful, for example, and then you have the brown, and then you have me as a white coat, rank 5, and then rank 6. Then you have rank 7, DCP with Dr. Honcho, and then the chief. You just don't want to go to like a high rank because there's a lot of times we're really busy. So if you can go to a lower rank and they can help you. If not, let them go to the other higher ranks and then go up to the chain of command that way.
Okay.
All right, and then Sinful, do you want to ask a couple questions and then I can go more, or I can keep going if you want, or Honcho?
No.
If you get an emergency call, and go to that location, and you see there's a gang member down on the ground and there's an officer down on the ground, who do you pick up first?
Officer.
Why the officer?
Because he has a job to do.
So when it comes to the emergency call, you would actually pick up the person who put in the call first. So when you go on the emergency call runs, there'll be a red circle around the person who put the call in. That'll be the person who you go to.
Okay.
When do you? Let me see. What's another question? You guys already asked this. When do you spawn the bus? Question.
Nope, we read that, but we didn't ask that question.
When do you spawn the bus?
When given permission to.
Okay.
Which would pretty much be never. So yeah, just never spawn that bus. Just make sure not to.
Okay. Good job. Thank you.
So say if you run out of med kits, you run out of pills, and you go to the med closet, you still got 8 minutes. What would you do next?
I will go make deliveries.
Yes, ma'am. Either deliveries or EMS runs, or if you choose to, you can wait in the cafeteria for up to 10 minutes. What 3 places are we not allowed to resuscitate anyone at?
In front of HP, and I believe outside of PD, and I'm sorry, I forgot the third.
So it's around HP. That is the first place we're not allowed to resuscitate no one at. The second place is at the Blue Turfs. inside of those blue, well, at the orange guns inside of those blue turf lines. We are not allowed to be at those turfs without a rank 7 or above. We're not allowed to resuscitate at those turfs at no point in time, whether we're in the turf doing turfs with our rank 7s and above or not. We're still not allowed to resuscitate no one there. And then the last place we're not allowed to resuscitate at is the army base. You don't want to be at the army base at no point in time. Let's not resuscitate anyone because you will be reported by the army leaders and staff, and you will be dismissed. So if you have to go up there, if you see Army put a call in the sky in the far chat, you know, we go up there a lot. We deliver them pills, and the only time we can do that is if we got a high rank with us. So we're not allowed to go up there by ourselves for no reason at all.
Okay.
That was all I had.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no other questions that you guys have or simple, this will conclude your interview. Good job.
Thank you. Drinks on me, guys.